downpours. Flooding potential does remain elevated today. Expect some ponding water on roadways. Showers will taper off tomorrow, then a couple of days, dry days on Thursday and Friday. Traffic and weather together is sponsored by Chilton Auto Body.
Have you been in a car accident? Chilton Auto Body has 15 convenient Bay Area locations to help restore your vehicle to pre-accident condition. Chilton Auto Body is also actively hiring for all positions. For more details, head to ChiltonAutoBody.com. The Bay Area's leader in collision repair.
This is the Eye in the Sky Traffic Watch, brought to you by Ring Central. This is Neil, your eye on traffic, and today looks like a doozy. You want my advice? Ditch the commute and connect on Ring Central. They put call, meet, and message all in one app, so you can connect with anyone, anytime. I'm hearing from Chet in the studio. You're breaking up, Chet. Looks like you should have called on Ring Central.
Ring Central, intelligent communication you can trust.
Does your heart long to wander, to discover the deep secrets of coral reefs, explore the wonders of the California coast, and silent hop from the Galapagos to Madagascar? Feed your wild heart. Travel the world right here in San Francisco at the California Academy of Sciences. Get tickets at calacademy.org to see penguin feeding, puppet shows, and other nice programs daily at the Academy.
Finally ready to entertain? Excited to have friends and family over for a barbecue? But worried your backyard isn't up to par? No problem. Call Mr. Pavers. Mr. Pavers can transform your backyard into your own personal paradise. Get outside, enjoy the sunshine, fresh air, and nature in your own private sanctuary. From backyard patios, pool decks, outdoor kitchens, and driveways, Mr. Pavers can design and create your dream hardscape. And you'll be surprised how affordable it is without sacrificing quality. Mr. Pavers is diamond certified and an ICPI installer. Book a job before the end of the month, and you'll receive 20% off and free demolition. Call Mr. Pavers at 833-MR. Pavers. That's 833-MR. Pavers, or go to MrPavers.com. Make your outdoor space as comfortable and stylish as your interior with Mr. Pavers. Call right now, 833-MR. Pavers. That's 833-MR. Pavers, or go to MrPavers.com today. Get out of the house and enjoy all your beautiful outdoor living space has to offer with Mr. Pavers.
Here, Tuesday Morning News Watch continues. There is a protest supporting Palestine. It's at Montgomery and Post in downtown San Francisco right now. It is blocking an intersection. We are following that story. We'll bring you more details as we get them. The state may be rethinking who gets to lease out the Caltrans-owned storage space underneath freeways and what gets stored there. As KCBS reporter Holly Kwan tells us, a recent report finds 14 of 16 Bay Area storage sites didn't pass recent fire inspections. Remember last November when a massive fire under the 10 freeway near downtown LA shut down that vital artery for a week? After that, Caltrans inspected all the rent and storage spaces under freeways and found 16 in the Bay Area that needed a second look. According to a Caltrans memo to the governor 2 weeks ago, only 2 of those passed. Caltrans spokesman Matt Rocco.
So the airspace leases are on state property. They're the space adjacent or underneath the freeways. And we inspect those sites once a year, and if we find anything that's outside the lease agreement or out of compliance, we serve a 3-day notice.
Rented sites under 580 in Richmond and Oakland, 880 in downtown and West Oakland, 101 and 280 in San Francisco found tires, wooden pallets too close to concrete pillars, industrial chemicals, as well as bad wiring. The Caltrans memo suggests checking tenants for past legal actions and banning the storage of volatile combustibles, including lumber. Holly Kwan, KCBS. So to come on KCBS, 5 Bay Area legends inducted into the Bay Area Sports Hall of Fame. Stephen with that story in 2 minutes.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
When Cynthia came to TurboTax, she just launched her new side gig, a true crime podcast.
I'm a first-rate detective with a golden voice.
As her TurboTax expert, I made her second income count by guaranteeing 100% accurate filing and her maximum refund.
What did she do with that refund? Find out next week.
Switch to Intuit TurboTax and make your moves count. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times that the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in one wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
Coming up on KCBS on today's Ask an Expert, the world spotlight on Russia and the run-up to the 2-year anniversary of its war on Ukraine. KCBS News Time is 9:15. That's time for sports. Here's Stephen from the Bay Area Chevy Dealer Sports Desk.
The already star-studded Bay Area Sports Hall of Fame has named 5 inductees for the class of 2024, headlined by Mr. San Jose Shark himself, Patrick Marleau. And now the chain puts to their advantage. 2-on-1. Here's Martin. Scores! Patrick Marleau wins it in overtime. Sharks lead the series 3-0. That audio courtesy of NBC Sports Bay Area from 2010, and Randy Hahn still sounding the same after 14 years. But Marleau, the NHL's all-time leader in games played, and the San Jose Sharks' all-time leading scorer. He joins Owen Nolan as the only other Shark to be inducted, but others include Brian Sabian, the architect of those Giants World Series teams, the longest-tenured GM in franchise history for 20 seasons. Then John Taylor, a 3-time Super Bowl champion wide receiver with the 49ers. Jenny Thompson, one of the most decorated female Olympians of all time. Her 8 gold medals, the most by a female swimmer in Olympic history. She also won 19 NCAA national individual and relay titles at Stanford. And then Chris Wondolowski, the first Earthquake to ever be inducted, a 2-time MLS Cup champion, the MLS all-time leading goal scorer, Wando, in the Bay Area Sports Hall of Fame. The enshrinement will be held on Monday, May 6th at the Hyatt Regency Embarcadero in San Francisco. At the sports desk, Stephen Langford, KCBS.
Hi, I'm Sherry Karras, owner of Light Source Water System. And as we celebrate 40 years, we want to say thank you to our amazing and loyal customers. My dad founded Light Source, and his vision was to provide families with great tasting water from every faucet in their home. So transform your life. Call us at 1-800-WATER99 or visit lightsourcewater.com.
Limitations apply. In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, savvy, staying ahead of the market at every turn, finding ways to do more with less, and taking advantage of every opportunity that comes their way. That's why Comcast Business is introducing the Small Business Bonus. For a limited time, you can get up to a $1,000 prepaid card when you switch to Comcast Business, the company with the largest, fastest, reliable network. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call or go online to learn about the $1,000 bonus today.
Give your business a head start in 2024. Get started with fast speed and advanced security for $49.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Call or go online to switch today. It's 2/21/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 50 megabits per second internet and security add. Eco-bill and auto-pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Prepaid card offer requires premium internet. With a check of your Tuesday morning commute, here's Kim from your local Honda Dealers Traffic Center. All right, we are looking at the growing delay trying to get through San Leandro into San traffic is starting to filter through a little bit more efficiently now. There's been a crash with injuries involved on southbound 880 just south of Highway 238, Margie. It's been blocking the two left lanes. Traffic is now jammed up all the way back to Davis, but not as solid as it was down at the accident scene, so I think we do have a little bit better movement here. I'm also seeing a bit of a delay on eastbound 580 coming through Castro Valley trying to get on to southbound 238. That ramp is very slow, and 238 remains heavy as you pass East 14th Street. Right here, very close to where we are at Post and Montgomery, there is a protest going on city streets here in the financial district, and it looks like Montgomery Street right now is backed up at least 3 blocks, and of course Montgomery becomes New Montgomery crossing Market Street, so it's that area as you try to get through the financial district, very gummed up right now, so we'll be keeping our eye on that. If you're traveling on westbound Highway 24, some heavy traffic through Orinda. The Chilton Auto Body collision cam sees it as you approach and pass Camino Pablo. By the time you're out to Wilder Road, things begin to loosen up on your way to the Caldecott Tunnel. Your next update is at, follow DashCam Expert, or you can check us out on X. We're at KCBS AM/FM Traffic from the traffic leader, KCBS. Thank you, Kim. Visit Mancini Sleep World during our President's Day sale, or visit sleepworld.com. Here's your Mancini Sleep World 6-day forecast.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Jessica Birch. For the past few days, we've been seeing rain widespread throughout the Bay Area, and we continue that trend today with a chance of showers and thunderstorm activity into this afternoon. The winds are a lot lighter compared to yesterday, which is great news, and daytime highs very similar to yesterday, sitting in the low 60s. And we're holding on tight to the low 60s throughout the rest of this week, but the forecast gets better and it gets drier as we head into our Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday forecast with partly cloudy skies. That's how we kick off the weekend. There's a light chance of showers on our Sunday evening forecast, and then heading into next week, we kick off next work week dry as can be with the low 60s, partly cloudy skies, and beautiful conditions for next week. We'll keep you updated on that forecast. For now, I'm First Alert Meteorologist Jessica Birch. Now also on 6 Plus, home of the primetime edition at 8 p.m.
Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Hey, basketball fans, you can win free tickets to see the Dubs take on the Spurs on March 9th. Donate blood at Stanford Blood Center this February, and you'll automatically be entered to win one of 3 pair of tickets. It's a great way to give back to patients in our community and maybe score big for you and a friend too. Stanford Blood Center has locations in Campbell, Menlo Park, Mountain View, and Dublin, plus blood drives all across the Bay Area. Learn more at StanfordBloodCenter.org/warriors.
During Staples Sit-a-thon, you can save up to $180 on select chairs, desk chairs, computer chairs, even gaming chairs. In-store only. Offer ends 3/2. See associates for details. Stop by Staples today and grab a seat. It's time now for Ask an Expert. Every weekday at this time on KCBS, we're giving you direct access to top experts in various fields. Today, Ukraine's military faces mounting pressure as Russian forces continue to advance just days before the 2-year mark of the invasion. Meanwhile, Moscow is confronting international backlash following the death of opposition figure Alexei Navalny, with thousands across Russia rallying in protest, commemorating Navalny's memory, and condemning the Kremlin's actions. For more, we are joined live on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline by Mikhail Alexei, professor of political science at San Diego State University and former Ukrainian journalist and Kremlin correspondent. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Good to be with you.
Yes, I want to start now with the capture of Optica. What does that mean for the Ukraine war? Tell us about that city and why it's important.
Well, it's a city called Avdiivka. It's on the outskirts of a major industrial urban conglomerate of Donetsk. And the Ukrainian forces fought fierce battles there since 2014, when Russia started the regional Donbass war in the area. And so the significance of that from the military standpoint is more tactical and local because it has some high ground, it has the urban infrastructure where you can have fortifications. It would be not easy at all to take it back. However, it's also understandable that it's still a very small area. It's a local success. Ukraine has been able to retreat most of its forces. Russia did not achieve the main objective there, which was to surround and destroy a large number of Ukrainian troops. And so Ukraine can reposition to defensive lines inland. However, it is, of course, a painful event for Ukraine.
What does that do to morale?
It doesn't boost morale. At the same time, however, it raises determination to resist, and it raises the sense of gravity of the Russian threat that I sense from people I talk to in Ukraine.
Since you are speaking to people in Ukraine, let me ask you about the Ukrainian funding and the fact that that's kind of been postponed. It hasn't come through yet. Are people worried about that?
Yes, it's a cause of big concern. And I'm going to say again, there is this tremendous inbuilt resilience and determination to fight Russia back in Ukraine. And they just basically are very saddened, and they can't believe that we don't understand how much is at stake there, not just for Ukraine, but for Europe and the rest of the world, that we are dithering on that support.
Are they weighing in on American politics at all? Do they want one candidate over another?
I think it's very interesting because I think they feel a kind of respect for American democracy, but they want understanding, and whichever candidate is in power, they want them to see that what Ukraine does is in the national interest of the United States. It's not partisan. I think what upsets them is when this issue becomes a partisan kind of debatable issue at all. That is in some ways beyond their comprehension, because they think it's so much would be in our interest as a nation.
We're coming up on nearly 2 years into this war. I'm just wondering about fatigue or not, and how long you expect it to continue.
Well, this, I think the main answer to that would depend on the extent of Western aid. The war can last for a long time, it can end sooner, but I don't see Ukraine agreeing to some kind of territorial, sacrifice to secure some sort of peace deal or armistice, because they are painfully aware that the Russian objective is actually to exterminate the whole of Ukraine as a nation. So any sort of temporary deal would be temporary, and Russia would continue to advance. And therefore, for Ukrainians, trading peace for territory is just not an option. And they are, in that sense, very optimistic. Russia, of course, could prevail. It would take maybe several years. It could be a very long, bloody, grinding war. Exterminating a nation would be an absolutely horrific outcome. Yes, it can end like that in Russian victory, or it would provide Ukraine with significant military equipment. Ukraine can grind down Russian forces and then push back and regain most of its territory.
When you speak to your colleagues in Ukraine, what do you hear about what they need to do that?
Well, I think they have been, really concerned of the lack of air power support. This is something that they were crying out when Putin invaded 2 years ago. One of the first things they asked for was, can you give us air power? Can you close the skies? Can you help us close the skies? Because that's where Russia has this tremendous superiority. In fact, a very close friend of my relative who was on the front lines in the south, he said, we won't really be able to do a successful ground offensive because we don't have air support. And it took us too long to start training Ukrainian pilots for F-16s. It took also us very long to get the deals with our allies in Europe to ship some older Soviet-era planes to Ukraine. And so that's the area, I think, where Ukraine can use a lot more. Also longer-range missiles and artillery, of course, and just, standard plain artillery shells and ammunition. These are the kinds of things that could help Ukraine